I'm glad to have you here at the bench today. I wanted to show you some of the things that I work with every day in the shop. These are the routers that I use. Now, you do a lot of work with routers all the time. They're your edging material, your molding materials. These are the things that you do with your router bits, things like that. But every router doesn't do every job, and that's why they make different sizes of routers. And I have 3 of them here that I do all of my router work with. This is Porter cable. Porter cable is my favorite router. This is the one that I use for all of my handwork. Has a good D handle here, knob over here to hang on to. Whenever I'm doing a freehand routering work, this is the one I do. Routering, I don't know if that's the right word, but anyway, whenever I'm doing my freehand route work, this is the one I use. This router is the same motor as this one, but the collar is different. I take the collar off and I mount the collar on my router table that I built, and I mount this collar permanently, and I can change my bits out by just taking the motor out of the collar like this, change my bit, put it back into the collar that's mounted permanently, and this is the router that I use for all of my router table work. For all of my small routing that I do, I have this DeWalt. Now, Porter Cable makes a small, this is called a trim router. Porter Cable makes a small trim router, but I don't like it as well as I like this DeWalt. This is really a nice little router. It has a nice size plate on it. Works real good, powerful, comfortable to hold, does real well. I edge all my doors with 1/8" roundover. That's what I have this set up for most of the time. But this is the router that I use for my small bits. This is the router I use for my big bits. This is the router I use for my router table. You've got to have specific things for specific things, jobs you've got to do. These are my routers. This is the jobs that they do. Just wanted you to know what some of the things that I use here to get my work done on woodworking with Wes.